How's it going, movie fans? When it comes to movies spawning sequels, the horror genre is certainly responsible for its fair share, and while it is rare that the follow-ups ever manage to live up to the original, or are even worth the time of anyone other than hardcore horror fans, every so often one comes along that restores faith in movie sequels, and they can also be a launching pad for further installments or reignite interest in an entire franchise. Here are the Firewall's top 10 horror movie sequels. At number 10 is 28 Weeks Later. Starring Jeremy Renner, Rose Byrne, Robert Carlyle, Idris Elba and Imogen Poots, the first and only sequel to 2002's 28 Days Later shows how life in the UK has changed 6 months after a rage virus swept over the population. The US Army patrols the quarantined city of London. The running time is 100 minutes, and 28 Weeks Later has the Firewall rating of 7.4 out of 10. At number 9 is Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Warriors. The third installment of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise has a screenplay written by Frank Darabont and sees Patricia Arquette added to the cast, while Robert Englund reprises his role as Freddy Krueger, and Heather Langenkamp returns as Nancy Thompson, who has become a psychiatrist. The running time is 96 minutes, and Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Warriors has the Firewall rating of 7.4. At number 8 is Halloween. Directed by David Gordon Green, Jamie Lee Curtis returned to the Halloween franchise as Laurie Strode in this installment, which is a direct sequel to the original Halloween from 1978. 40 years after his killing spree, Michael Myers escapes while being transferred to a maximum security prison. The running time is 106 minutes, and Halloween has the Firewall rating of 7.4. At number 7 is The Revenge of Frankenstein. A sequel to 1957's The Curse of Frankenstein, Peter Cushing returns to reprise his role as Baron Victor Frankenstein, who, having escaped execution, moves to Germany and starts going by the alias Dr. Stein. There he becomes a successful physician, but intends on continuing his experiments. The running time is 90 minutes, and The Revenge of Frankenstein has the Firewall rating of 7.4. At number 6 is The Conjuring 2. Directed and co-written by James Wan, who also directed the first Conjuring movie, which was released in 2013. Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga reprise their roles as paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren, who for the second installment are investigating a case of demonic possession in London, England. The running time is 134 minutes, and The Conjuring 2 has the Firewall rating of 7.5. At number 5 is Dawn of the Dead and Day of the Dead. George A. Romero wrote and directed the second and third installments of his Night of the Living Dead franchise, the first of which was released in 1968. Romero expands the universe in the follow-ups, introducing the zombie apocalypse to audiences on a larger scale with a new group of survivors. The running time is 228 minutes, and Dawn of the Dead and Day of the Dead has the Firewall rating of 7.7. At number 4 is Bride of Frankenstein. The first sequel to 1931's Frankenstein, James Whale returned to direct, and Boris Karloff reprised his role as the monster. Following directly after the events of the first film, after Dr. Frankenstein's wife is kidnapped by a mad scientist, he agrees to create a female partner for the monster. The running time is 75 minutes, and Bride of Frankenstein has the Firewall rating of 7.9. At number 3 is Evil Dead 2. Directed and co-written by Sam Raimi, and starring Bruce Campbell as Ash Williams. While the first Evil Dead film, which was released in 1981, was a straight horror, the sequel is classified as more of a horror comedy, with Ash and his girlfriend coming under attack at a secluded cabin. The running time is 84 minutes, and Evil Dead 2 has the Firewall rating of 8. At number 2 is A Quiet Place Part 2. John Krasinski returned to write and direct the sequel to 2018's A Quiet Place. He also reprised his role as Lee Abbott alongside Emily Blunt, who plays Lee's wife Evelyn. Cillian Murphy also joined the cast as the film depicts the aftermath of the first film, as well as showing the first hours of the alien takeover. The running time is 90 minutes, and A Quiet Place Part 2 has the Firewall rating of 8.2. At number 1 is Aliens. Nominated for a Golden Globe, 4 BAFTA Awards winning 1, and 7 Academy Awards winning 2, Sigourney Weaver returns to play Ripley in this James Cameron directed and co-written sequel to 1979's Alien, and the sequel is more action-orientated than its predecessor. The running time is 137 minutes, and Aliens has the Firewall rating of 8.9. Thanks for watching. Next week I'll be counting down the Firewall's top 10 Tim Robbins movies, and if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe.